chosen ones, empaths, you've got to understand that these narcissists that you've encountered in your life, or you're still with them now, there is demonic spirits that are behind these individuals. You have to, once you see this, it kind of not excuses their behavior, but it kind of breaks down to the essence and to the core of what their behavior is sourced off. You see, it's why they have such negative traits about them, you know, because they're plugged into these demonic spirits. And one of these demonic spirits is the Jezebel spirit, or they call it the Jezebel spirit. They take on different forms and stuff, but from what we learn about the Jezebel spirit, it can come in both man and woman form, but they can have really good beauty, you know, and this is what lures you in, but beneath the surface there's nothing there. There's just an empty vessel. And I've mentioned this story before about Samson and Delilah, how he was a prophet sent by God, or a messenger sent by God, and whether you want to look at this as true or mythology or however you want to break it down, but there's truth in it, because he went with the woman. That was his problem that he had, was his lusts, and he went with this woman, and she stole his power when he cut his hair. But it's symbolic of what can happen, not just to a woman to a man, but both even a man can do to a woman, because as I mentioned, even males can be Jezebelic spirits. But this really breaks down to the core of what they're about. Like, this is why a lot of what they talk about on narcissism, they never talk about the spiritual aspect of it. But once you incorporate the spiritual aspects in it, it really does make sense. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. But these are like really low frequency entities. Like, that's what they are. It's why... And the thing is as well, it's not that they're stricken with these demons or spirits or whatnot, and they're able to function. You know, the narcissist itself is subject to torment. They're tormented. They're tormented by these demonic spirits about having low self-esteem. You know, they're not proud of themselves. You know. They have such low self-esteem, and they're very fragile, and they are very emotional creatures. But this is because they're tormented by these demons. So like, even for a narcissist to be able to go out into the public or encounter other people or authentic people, they have to operate with this mask because of their low self-esteem. That's what makes them put on this mask. So you never need to be hurt by it or be thinking, oh, the whole relationship that I was with them, it was a lie. They never loved me. Like, they don't know how to love, for starters. Like, they don't know how. It's not that they didn't love you. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to. So they pretend to love. They pretend to know how to love someone. So that's why we see the mask slip, because that's why it never adds up. Like how someone can be so nice to then totally change. It's because neither of them are even them. Even the nasty side, it's not them. Even the nasty side is these demonic spirits. The Jezebel spirit, these spirits that are making them be so nasty too. Don't excuse the behavior, because you got to understand that the spirits are around us as well, you know. And everyone is influenced. I don't want to go off topic, but everyone is influenced to a certain degree. We're influenced by external forces, both good and bad. But the narcissist is plagued with them. The narcissist is plagued with these demonic spirits that makes them do this unquestionable behavior, that makes you not be able to wrap your head around what they do. It makes you ruminate. It makes you go over and over in your mind about how can someone do this. Like, and you can never really... you know, they're always, if you get into an altercation, not an altercation, but you get into some moment with a narcissist, they're always going to move the goalposts. They're always going to escalate. They're always going to take it that next stage further, you know. So that's why sometimes it's just better to like cut your losses and get away from them, because they're always going to escalate further and further and try and drag your name through the mud. Like, and as I mentioned, like within there, even the nasty side is not them, but the good side is not them. There's an insecure, very low self-esteem individual inside the narcissist somewhere, and only they know what that is, because through life they've learned from a very young age to block it out, to block it out, to block it out. But you know, if you suppress something deep inside you, they try and suppress it and put on a mask, it eventually bursts, it bubbles over, you know. It's like filling a pot with too much water and then you put it on the boil and it bubbles over the sides, you know. There's too much suppression within them. So don't, like, never get caught up on them, never get upset with them, never get, like, you've just got to look at it from a bird's eye view. You're dealing with a devil, and when you know you're dealing with a devil, it really breaks it down to the essence of what it's all about, because that's why this devil wants a miserable life for you. They want you suffering, you know. And the narcissist is just a vessel that harbors these spirits, and then therefore interferes in other people's lives and brings those demons into your life, you know. Who, like, I'm sure that you've noticed that once you separate from a narcissist, beyond the trauma bond, beyond like certain ties that you have and stuff like that, you'll notice your life does actually get better, you know. You might still be trauma bonded, but you'll notice that on the flip side of things, your life starts to get better. Even certain sicknesses and illnesses that you had when you was with the narcissist will disappear, you know. Certain things that you had on your body, certain growths, certain things that was around you will disappear. And that's the supernatural side of it, you know, because we was actually with such disgusting, vile creatures that we was actually plagued with illnesses and spirits and this stuff that made us, it affected us. You've got to understand that we've took on traits of these narcissists, and these traits that we've took on, it's almost like we've been mirroring demons, like the demon within them, the devil within them. We've been mirroring that devil back to them for such a long time. Some people have been in it for decades. And I mentioned how the empath superpower is the ability to be able to mirror back to them. So we've adopted such toxic traits. It's why, like, if you do rush out there, everyone can move on at different times. Everyone heals at different times. But I do say that if you rush out there before, like, you really settle down, you know, and you do rush out there, you're full of some toxic traits that you need to cleanse your body of before you even think about getting back out into the dating market, because they've actually plagued you with this stuff as well. There's nothing to be scared of, but, like, what I always say and what I've found, it's not for everybody. Like, some people can be healed in a few months, you know. Some people it will take longer. Some people will take years. Some people it won't. Some people, you know, that's just the way it is. But you've got to see that this healing, if you do spend a period of time alone and you overcome the loneliness, right? Because the loneliness, feeling lonely, that's a whisper from the devil or the demon anyway, trying to make you feel unworthy and feel like you need someone else in your life, making you be codependent. Like, you have to have someone else in your life to be sufficed. You have to have someone in your life to function, you know. That's like, we need to break from those codependency issues. If we come out of one codependent relationship with a narcissist and run into another relationship, a codependent relationship, it's not going to do us no good. Plus, we've never healed from the first one. It's just toxic through and through. It's just really toxic. So I read through every comment. Everyone who comments, I read through the comments, yeah? I always try and respond as soon as possible when I can. And I read through the comments, and the amount of comments that I've seen that people have found their purpose afterwards, you know, singing, writing music, writing books, doing a range of things, you know. This is because once you separate from the narcissist, you actually unearth your value within yourself. As much as a narcissist is suppressing their own demons within themselves, they're suppressing you from reaching your full potential. And they know your full potential from before you even knew your full potential. They've known you're full of this full potential. But these demons and these spirits or whatever, Jezebel spirits, these spirits want to cause you to suffer and make you not reach your pinnacle. They want to make you not reach your peak. Sorry for coughing. They want to make you not reach to your maximum potential. So that's why these entities and these narcissists are sent in our direction to send us off the path, you know. But if you know, like I said at the beginning, if you know you're dealing with a devil, right? Hopefully after this video, you've got to understand that no matter what pain they put you through, no matter what suffering, right? You've got to understand that you're dealing with a devil, and that should give you some clarity, right? Don't ever feel sympathy or empathy for them. Like, don't feel sympathetic for them, thinking, oh no, they're plagued with devils. Like, everyone's got a choice in that matter. They've just chosen the dark side. They've chosen to keel over and to be part of that dark side, you know? We can all do bad things, but do we? That's the thing. Do we do bad things? Or they mention about the childhood incidents. Just because something happened to them as a child, they say they become a narcissist. All that stuff is rubbish, man. Like, so many people have been through horrific childhoods and they've turned around and been something stronger. They've become something like an advocate in the community for certain abuse things and stuff like that. And they've turned it around after they've been through and endured abuse as a child and things like that. Like, so just because something happens to you as a child doesn't excuse you to just start doing it to other people when you get older, right? And that's what they do. So, and it's not always the case that they have something bad that happens to them as a child, when they're a child, because even they're still wondering if a psychopath is born or made. It's still, like, there's one side of the theories that support that a narcissist is born, and there's another side of evidence that supports that a narcissist, that a psychopath is made, right? So one supporting evidence supports that the psychopath is made. One supports the side of evidence that the psychopath was born like that way. Yeah, so it's the same for the narcissist as well. There's no actual factual thing, because they don't incorporate the spiritual realm within the science, and that's what leaves everyone confused. But I'll leave the video there for today. It was just a short one that I've come with, but I'll be back with another video later. And please press the like and the subscribe button. And if you do want a one-to-one session, you can find the details in the description box. Anyway, I'll catch you all soon. Peace.